Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to talk about the AYANEO AIR 1S, a portable console that promises to revolutionize the way you play games anywhere. But is it really all that? Equipped with an AMD Ryzen 7 7840U processor and integrated RDNA 3 graphics, the Air 1S is a monster of power. If you enjoy PlayStation 2 and Wii U games, you can expect an impeccable experience, with incredible fluidity and graphics. But what about PlayStation 3 games? Well, then things change a little. Although the Air 1S is capable of running many PS3 games, some more demanding titles may slow down or crash. So if you're thinking of playing Metal Gear Solid 4 or The Last of Us on the Air 1S, it's worth bearing that in mind. But let's stop talking and see what it can really do, because its price might scare you off at first. This image indicates that this console is capable of running GameCube, Wii, 3DS, PS2, Wii U, Switch and PS3 games perfectly. But is it really? Let's get to benchmarking. Well, looking at the CPU, in this case the single-core and multi-core scores, we see that the AYANEO AIR 1S obtained 1626 and 7745 respectively. It is estimated that for PlayStation 2 games a score of between 500 and 1,000 points in single-core and 2,000 to 4,000 points in multi-core is required. In the case of PlayStation 3, we would need between 1,000 and 2,000 points in single and 4,000 to 8,000 points in multi. Finally, for the Wii U, 1,000 to 1,500 points are needed in single and 4,000 to 6,000 points in multi-core. So that's the end of the CPU section. Now on to the compute section, and for this case, the OpenCL score. The OpenCL score is a measure of a device's performance in tasks that use the OpenCL API, and OpenCL is a programming language that allows developers to take advantage of the processing power of graphics processing units. So, here's what we have. The Air 1S scored 26111. Oh, I almost forgot 3D Mark Time Spy, which is a benchmark that evaluates a device's performance in DirectX 12 games. The AYANEO AIR 1S obtained a score of 4,618, which indicates good performance for PS2, Wii U, and most PS3 games. But what do all these figures mean in practice? So here we go. Although everything looks beautiful, that's not exactly what we see in practice, and I'll explain. Given the AYANEO AIR 1S's hardware specifications, it should handle PS2 and Wii U emulation with relative ease. Emulators for these consoles, such as PCSX2 for PS2 and CEMU for Wii U, are well optimized for modern hardware and would likely run most games at full speed, possibly even with enhancements like higher resolutions or improved textures. On PS3 emulation, while more demanding due to the complexity of the PS3's architecture, has made significant progress with emulators like RPCS3. The Ryzen 7 7840U's strong performance, particularly in single-core tasks, along with the Radeon 780M's capabilities, should allow for a good experience with many PS3 titles. However, performance can vary significantly from game to game due to the PS3's unique hardware design. Now leaving the purely technical analysis based on CPU and GPU and moving on to real gameplay and results. Users report that the AYANEO AIR 1S handles PS2 emulation very well, with most games running smoothly at higher resolutions and frame rates. This device running PS2 games at 1080p with 60 frames per second, and even at a lower 8W TDP, many games maintain a solid 60 frames per second. However, some more demanding games may require a higher TDP setting to run optimally. The PS3 emulation experience seems to be mixed. While some users have had success with less demanding games, others have reported a less than ideal experience. A YouTube video titled AYANEO PS3, Horrible User Experience suggests that there may be significant challenges with PS3 emulation on the device. However, another review mentions that Skate 3 ran surprisingly well on the AYANEO AIR, with frame rates between 45-61 FPS after initial caching, indicating that the device can handle some PS3 titles effectively. For Wii U emulation, user feedback indicates that the AYANEO Air 1S can handle many games beautifully, with one user expressing how gorgeous the games look on the device. However, another user expressed disappointment with the performance of more demanding Switch games, which may suggest limitations when emulating Wii U titles that are also available on the Switch. In my searches, I realized that TDP was often cited in a negative light for this device. For those of you who don't know, Thermal Design Power, or TDP, is a specification used by manufacturers to indicate the maximum amount of heat generated by a computer chip, such as a CPU or GPU, that the cooling system is designed to dissipate under any workload. TDP plays a crucial role in the performance, power consumption, and cooling requirements of a device. The device's TDP is adjustable, with a limit of 20 W in battery-powered mode and up to 25 W when plugged in. However, higher TDP settings can lead to shorter battery life, with around an hour of gameplay at 20 W. The battery capacity is 38 Wh, which is on the smaller side for gaming handhelds. As a portable gaming console, AYANEO Air 1S has experienced various user experiences, especially in terms of gaming performance and TDP settings. Some users reported that by keeping the device's TDP settings low, they were able to achieve over 60 FPS performance at 720p resolution in games such as Diablo 4. However, some users reported problems with the TDP, and AYANEO was not helpful in resolving these issues. AYANEO Air 1S is capable of emulation on various platforms. One user stated that he set up his device to emulate PC games, Wii U, Switch, Vita, and PS3. However, this user also noted that the battery life of the device was low. The AYANEO Air 1S is reportedly powered by an AMD Ryzen 7 7840U processor and, given sufficient TDP, can easily handle a wide range of games and applications, from emulating GameCube games to running high-performance games. However, it is also noted that the device's screen can get quite hot when running AAA games. Some users noted that they were able to control the TDP settings of the AYANEO Air 1S via Ryzen ADJ. However, as the battery life of the device is usually short, users often need to use a power bank. As a result, the TDP settings and gaming performance of AYANEO Air 1S may vary depending on user experience. While the device's overall performance and TDP settings are generally satisfactory, some users have experienced issues with TDP and reported short battery life. Well, the AYANEO Air 1S is a portable and powerful gaming PC with a premium OLED screen and the latest AMD processor. It offers excellent performance in a compact package, but this comes at the cost of battery life and a higher price. If you value portability, screen quality, and gaming performance, and are willing to manage a shorter battery life and a premium price, the AYANEO Air 1S could be a worthwhile investment. So that's the video, guys. Consider subscribing and see you next time.